baptism. Agen, what's up, man?
Hello, I'm an Oriental Orthodox. So I basically believe Eastern Orthodoxy is incorrect, and I have a couple critiques based on the Deiphysite position.
Is it possible if I can basically ask you a couple questions and see where you fall in the line? Because
Did you watch the video that we just did?
Oh yeah, I'm responding to it. But
Okay,
for now's sake,
can we make it concise and clear? Now, are you on the Nestorian side or the Monophysite side?
I'm Oriental Orthodox, so I'm Miaphysite.
Okay.
So because you can either go either Chalcedonian or Neo-Chalcedonian, I want to firstly ask you a question regarding how you predicate properties to God. For example, the property of suffering. Do you believe that's intrinsic to the hypostases, or is it extrinsic and given to him by way of relation?
We affirm the communicatio idiomatum. So the one subject, it is proper to predicate anything of either nature to the one subject.
So ultimately, yeah, I agree it's going to be to the one subject. My question is, how is that predication? Is it intrinsic because of the en-hypostatized humanity, or is it extrinsic, so similar to the Augustinian position?
There is no extrinsic, it's en-hypostatized.
Well, you can have an extrinsic view, but okay, you grant en-hypostatized. So would
the Orthodox view affirms Leontius of Jerusalem's en-hypostatized view at the Fifth Council.
That's Leontius of Byzantium's, but okay, fine.
No, it's not. No, it's not. It's Leontius of Jerusalem's theology that's accepted at the Fifth Council, not Leontius of Byzantium.
Well, both affirm en-hypostatization, but whatever. Let me get to my.
The theology that is accepted at the Fifth Council is Leontius of Jerusalem.
Okay,
not
fine,
Leontius of
fine.
Byzantium.
I'll grant that.
This is a really important point because Leontius of Byzantium's view is a composite hypostasis that's confusing, and Leontius of Jerusalem's view of en-hypostasis is not confusing. It's correct.
Oh, so it's okay. So in this en-hypostatization, because Damascene would affirm all of the predicates basically refer to the one subject now.
Right.
Would you affirm, for example, the property of suffering when it's intrinsic to the Godhead? Did he gain that property in his hypostasis?
How could suffering be intrinsic to Godhead? That makes no sense.
That's my point. You affirm en-hypostatization. So you're allowing this.
What do you think that means?
In the hypostasis.
What do you think that means? That's not. It doesn't mean in the hypostasis.
That's definitionally what it means. According
it means
to
in the mode
of.
It's a reference to mode.
Do you know what en means and hypostasis means?
It's a reference to the mode, not to the thing itself.
Well,
so it's not.
That's why I asked.
Shut up! It's not hypostasis qua hypostasis. It's the mode.
I'm not saying hypostasis qua hypostasis, but
it's a distinction between the thing itself and the mode of the thing. That's the whole purpose of en-hypostatized.
Okay, I don't think you've read Maximus. Maximus says,
I have read Maximus. The whole section on tropos is about mode. Tropos means mode. I've read Maximus. I guarantee I've read more Maximus than you.
Hold on. Would you like me to give his definition of en-hypostaton?
It refers to the mode.
Okay, you want me to give the definition?
I'm not going to listen. No, I'm not going to listen to you tell me what St. Maximus teaches. Get out of here.
So after Dyer kicked me off, his chat was very curious as to why he wasn't engaging and instead was running away. So his excuse was that I didn't understand the distinction of Leontius of Jerusalem versus Leontius of Byzantium's doctrine of en-hypostatization. My friend then lended me an account so I can go back up, and this was the second account Dyer had me blocked on, and you're about to see it's going to be the third account after this next discussion. So I went on to clarify that Justinian was pulling from both Leontius of Jerusalem and Byzantium, so there wasn't a definitive canonization of either one of them over the other. And both were from the same monastery at the same time, pulling from John the Grammarian's doctrine of insubsistence. But most scholarship does recognize Leontius of Byzantium's utilization of the term and sort of coining it in Chalcedonian polemics first. That's why I said it was quote-unquote his. Dyer assumed I meant one was canonized over the other, and he kept harping on it as a cheap diversion in order to not engage with the metaphysical critique. But the next clip is basically me trying to clarify and go back onto the metaphysical argument I'm making against his position, and you're going to see what happened.
Here we go, more Orientals. Maybe this guy will at least have some coherence.
Hello?
Yep.
So this is another account of mine. Are you going to boo me off?
At least be respectful about it.
Did you make two mistakes?
Well, I can talk about them. Fine.
Did you make two mistakes?
Well, can I discuss them? I'm willing to talk about it.
Does the Fifth Council accept Leontius of Jerusalem's en-hypostasis?
Can I clarify what I meant? Because they
Does
don't.
it or not?
They don't. Let me clarify what I said though.
They do. What do you mean they don't? That's not
Oh,
even in question.
you said
Of course they do.
Leontius of Byzantium wasn't accepted. It was Leontius of Jerusalem.
Correct. It's
Yeah.
Leontius of Jerusalem. Correct.
What I said during our prior discussion. Can you let me clarify? Please just keep it respectful.
Is that true or false?
I can
You
grant
just don't want to admit that you made a mistake.
I can grant
it's
you.
okay.
Just let me explain. Leontius of Jerusalem.
Grant me what? Did you make a mistake or not?
You don't understand what
So
I said.
You just
let me
can't
clarify.
make a mistake.
Let me clarify, dude.
There is no way to clarify it because it's false. They didn't accept Leontius of Byzantium's
what you're doing is
composite hypostasis.
What you're doing is right now you're not letting me speak. Just be respectful.
Because it tells me that you don't know this topic like you think you do. That's the point.
Can I clarify what I said now?
Why? All you have to do is admit that you were wrong.
But I never made a mistake. I didn't say that.
You said they accepted Leontius of Byzantium.
Let me clarify what I meant. My point is
false.
My point is, as scholars like Zakuber mentioned, Leontius of Byzantium.
Zakuber's book right here.
Hold on. Okay, cool. Leontius of Byzantium's position and Leontius of Jerusalem's position, they originated from the same monastery. My point.
It doesn't matter because the Fifth Council was not accepting Leontius.
Let me continue.
The origin of it doesn't matter.
Okay, let me continue. Well, that's all I was saying. That's all I was saying. I didn't.
No, it's not all you said. Now you're lying because you
said
the Fifth Council.
I didn't say that. You can go back in the clip.
You did say that.
I said en-hypostaton.
I said which one does the Fifth Council accept?
No, you didn't. You're lying now.
Yes,
I said en-hypostaton is originated in Byzantium. I didn't say it's canonized Byzantium's position. So I was just basically showing the connection between John the Grammarian and his
doesn't matter. It doesn't matter because the Fifth Council accepts Leontius of Byzantium's position, and that's my point.
Cool. If you want to affirm
en-hypostatize refers to mode.
Maximus says it refers to a thing constituting another. In letter 15. So he says the definition of en-hypostasis.
You haven't read the material on how he fleshes out tropos.
I understand how tropos is used. It's the way in which something exists. I can grant.
And that's the way in which the humanity exists, is in the mode of the logos that assumed it.
And Maximus says it's en-hypostaton as a part to a whole and is a thing constituting another. So let me go back to my critique. You were just like hopping around on unnecessary topics. I don't care about.
No, I'm not hopping around on. They're not. See, look, I would have done this talk with you if you don't stop saying shit like that. It's not an unnecessary question. It's
entirely unnecessary because I was critiquing your metaphysics.
I was gonna do this talk with you, but I'm not gonna do it now because
don't kick me off, dude.
Don't tell me what to do. I don't have to talk.
What you're doing is you're showing your position.
Don't tell me. We don't need your psychological analysis.
I'm not giving you a psychological analysis.
You said it's not about mode.
I didn't say that. I said it's a thing constituting another.
Is about mode.
Mode can refer to anything. The mode in which something subsists. The mode in which something is
can refer to anything. Okay, sure. Good job. Yeah, mode can refer to anything.
So right at the end there, I was explaining to Dyer how simply using the word mode doesn't give a univocal definition. My examples, and he cut me off, I got kicked off, but I was giving the examples of modes of subsistences in the Trinity as posited by the Cappadocians, for example, being unbegotten, begotten, proceeding, the mode in which sin can be inherited, so derivatively and not essentially, the mode in which an object exists, which is in another, the mode in which a essence subsists in peculiarizing instances. Another example could be mode as in a merely prosopic appearance of the one hypostasis of the Trinity. And that's where we get the word modalism. That's what's condemned. So en-hypostaton is a part to a whole, according to Maximus. It's not a negation to it being a quote-unquote mode, as Dyer said. I didn't basically reject that term. I was just giving an explanation of what Maximus affirmed. And you can't just profess it's an either-or, my definition or his. It's a both and Dyer thinks simply by positing that en-hypostaton is a quote-unquote mode, that somehow defines it and reduces my critique of internal change in the divine hypostases. So overall, this discussion was very poor on his side. He didn't mention a lot about why he doesn't like to debate Orientals, and he's pretty much evading us. After he blocked me on 3 accounts, he tried to get some lesser knowledgeable Oriental Orthodoxes to debate so he can damage control this entire mess. But hopefully, no hate to him. I'm only uploading this so you can see their polemics, because I have been getting the requests lately to debate Jay Dyer. These internet debates are very fruitless, but it's my job basically to try and make a critique against the apologists you guys recommend, so you can see the metaphysical coherence of our position, and we can show how their position cannot follow at all. So thanks for watching. Hopefully you learned a lot from this.